Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Bertha. If you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe now, because today I'm going to be touching on a very important topic, that is, what does the fee structure look like in Universiti Malaya? So if you are an international student, does it cost you extra to study in Universiti Malaya? And what about the fee structure for Malaysians to study in Universiti Malaya? So in this video, I'm going to unravel about the fee structure of different courses for both local and international students at Universiti Malaya. So this video is very important because one is you can plan your finances well. You could know how much it's going to cost you to study in Universiti Malaya, be it in foundation or bachelor's degree program or master's degree program or PhD program and so on. Second is that I've actually attached the link of the website that you should actually access to in order for you to understand what the course in Universiti Malaya look like for specific subjects or courses. Why? It's because the website always gets updated and thus the fee structure varies from time to time. This is because I had a conversation with one of my juniors recently, and he is an international student from Bangladesh. He actually told me that the fees have increased drastically in Universiti Malaya. So you got to always search up the website just so you'll be updated of the latest fee structure at Universiti Malaya. Now let's move into the video. Firstly, you should know that the fee structure at Universiti Malaya most of the time includes the basic fees, entrance fee, or I would call the admission fee, and then they also have fees for additional courses that you want to take that comes with extra fees to be paid. And then there's also some other additional fees like co-curricular activities, computer programs or system that you're going to use, the facilities around Universiti Malaya. So it all comes to a final price you have got to pay for you to entirely complete the course of your dreams. When it comes to payment method, you can actually pay online. So normally we pay through Maya system. So every student will actually have their very own Maya portal system in which you can do your transaction online. So that is very easy. But if you prefer to pay by cash, then obviously you can actually go to the finance office and pay them by cash, or there's also bank transfer way of you paying, right? And of course, UM actually does take a transfer where it involves check and everything, but this method of payment has actually reduced over the time. And basically, you should know that being a local student, right, at Universiti Malaya, you actually possess extra benefit because the international students pay higher compared to the local students who are actually pursuing the same subject or the same course. There's also another thing that I should debunk in this video, that is, there are two methods for the local student to actually enter Universiti Malaya. One is through the UPU system, which is the governmental portal, right? After your high school, you actually apply through this portal, and if you get really good results, you will certainly stand a chance to study at Universiti Malaya with the options that you've actually chosen. But if you did not get a chance or you were not selected, then you can always opt for the second option, which is Satu. Satu is actually an open channel. So this channel is actually more expensive compared to those who actually enter to UPU system. If you enter Universiti Malaya through the open channel, meaning it's a private mode, so you need to pay extra and the price is different compared to the fee structure applied to those local students who are actually coming under the governmental portal, which is the UPU system. So I hope I made that clear. And comparing those local students who actually enter through the open channel, Satu, with the international students who are actually entering UM, I've got to say that the international students actually pay more compared to those students who actually enter through the private mode who are Malaysian. So from here, in average, I could say that the international students have got to pay more fees compared to the local student, be it they actually enter through the UPU system or the Satu system. And also, of course, the fee structure for undergraduate students are actually different from the fee structure for postgraduate students. And you must also know that it does not mean if you are studying PhD, the fee is more expensive compared to masters. Understand? Because PhD and masters, they are both under postgraduate studies. However, it actually varies depending on the type of research and so on, which I'll actually debunk in this video. So do watch until the end. So now let me give you an example. So Universiti Malaya, they actually take up students for their foundation program, for their diploma program, for bachelor's degree program, for master's degree program, for PhD program, and for other program which is under the clinical and medicine, right? That can actually be done in a different faculty, which I'll talk to you in a bit. So firstly, for the foundation program, it is divided into two, obviously. One is for the students who actually are local, one more is for the students who are international, okay, foreigners. So these two types, foundation fee structure varies. So for an example, according to my research, I actually saw the foundation of life sciences, For the locals, you have got to pay about 19,600 ringgit. However, for the international students, you have got to pay about 35,000 ringgit. And this is included with the admission fee, which is normally 500 ringgit for foundation program plus semester 1 and 2. Meaning the price that I've actually mentioned is the total price of the admission semester 1, semester 2. Because foundation program is only 1 year, meaning you only have 2 semesters. I hope I've made that clear here. Now let's talk about the bachelor's degree. So this also we can divide into 3, meaning local student who come under the governmental side, UPU, local student who come under the SATU system, which is open access, and also the international student. Of course, the international student have got to pay the highest compared to these two. And let's just debunk an example here. So, for instance, I actually did my bachelor's degree in environmental science and management, which was 3.5 years. And now I particularly want to research on that cost structure, right, that you have to pay for the same exact degree at University Malaya. So, according to my research, those students who actually come under the UPU system, meaning 8 semesters of the program, you will need to pay a total of 13,100 ringgit. While those students who actually come under the open access, right, that is SATU program, of 8 semesters, you will need to pay 59,100 ringgit. So it obviously sense that the fee structure is higher for those who actually came into UM through the SATU program. Why? It's because you actually counted as a private mode student compared to those students who actually come under UPU system, because they are actually under the government mode system. I also did a research on how much an international student has got to pay for the same degree. So it actually shows that he or she has got to pay 70,600 ringgit. So this is just according to the research I've done today. And so this fee structure may change by the time you're actually researching. So that is why you have got to go to my description box, click the link of the website, and then you can see the latest fee structure. So now let's talk about postgraduate studies. Firstly, I would like to debunk some myth. Alright, that is false. Firstly, it is false that PhD students have got to pay higher fees compared to master students. Wrong. Right, and myth is that those who actually pursue research-based postgraduate studies have got to pay lower fees compared to mixed mode or coursework. That is wrong. So it all depends entirely on the fee structure and also the courses and so on, right? So according to my research, first of all, we can actually divide postgraduate studies fee structure into 3 types, right? One is if you want to do research mode, or if you want to do mixed mode, or if you want to do coursework mode. So you could actually choose what kind of mode you want to go for, and the fee structure varies depending on the type of mode. Second is that the fee structure also varies depending on if you whether want to be a full-timer or part-timer, right? If you're actually pursuing your postgraduate studies under as a full-timer, then your fee structure is different from when you want to pursue it as a part-timer. Now, I should also tell you all that there is also another program called Master's Degree in Clinical Programs. So they do have another specific downloadable form of fee structure there. Why? It's because that master's program is a little different from the master's program of other faculties. So they have got their very own fee structure. So if you did not come across all the pharmaceutical studies, fee structure and so on, then you should probably check out the downloadable link under Master's Degree of Clinical Programs, because that is where most of the medicine related fees are actually stated. Now let's talk about the Diploma program in Universiti Malaya. So I know that it is great for you to actually pursue Diploma, especially if you already know what your future career is going to look like, because Diploma actually gives you more on the technical skills. So once you already know that, example, you want to get into this career, this route, then you can certainly take a Diploma in maybe environmental engineering, and they will actually give you more on the practical skills, and you can straight get into a working world. So for Diploma also, the fee structure is divided into the local and international as usual. And if you're actually pursuing Diploma, right, there is actually a specific center, and this center is actually called Universiti Malaya Center for Continuing Education. So it is UMCCED. So you will actually be specifically studying under this center if you are pursuing your Diploma. And also for information, right, you have to know that some semesters you will actually get charged higher. For an example, if you're pursuing your master's degree or PhD, right, like for me personally, one specific semester, I was charged about few hundred ringgit extra to an almost 1,000 ringgit. Why? It's because that was a semester where I was about to graduate, and so they had to charge me with the thesis, dissertation fees and so on. So it's the same with undergraduate studies too. So if you're specifically taking extra courses, then you will be charged extra for that specific semester and so on. Now let's peel the topic on financial issues. So if you have financial issues, you will need to get financial aid. So where do you go for that? Okay, so scholarship that is entitled for those students who are actually academically excellent at Universiti Malaya. So this can be given to both local and international, so you can try for that scholarship. Other than that, for the local students specifically, if you are from different states other than Kuala Lumpur, right, you can actually apply to your very own state scholarship. Example, like Para, they do have their very own scholarship they are giving out to support students to pursue their tertiary education. So you guys can go get that kind of scholarships. But for local and international students, you can also try another scholarship, that is the governmental scholarship, meaning Malaysia is also giving out scholarship to both local students and the international students. So this is actually to encourage the international students to come into our country to study and also to contribute their expertise and so on. Other than that, we are also happy to have cultural exchange and more. So that is why if you actually saw my other videos, I always tell you guys to take part in exchange programs. That's another benefit of pursuing your education at Universiti Malaya. You will be exposed to multiple exchange programs. So I believe I've actually clarified all your doubts, and especially about this common topic which has been confusing many people, that is the fee structure, right? Because many people have been messaging me about the fee structure and so on, that you're confused, that you can't find what's the total cost. So here it is, a video to actually help you all to actually ease your lives. And so if there's anything else that you want me to help you with or to debunk in my next video, do comment. And also remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also do follow my Instagram. Let's connect. Thank you. Take care, you all. Love you all. Bye.